Okay, I went through a couple videos, but I wanted to kind of put a couple things out. So welcome back if you're just watching this one. Today I wanted to bring you guys some beauty hacks. And beauty hacks are, just different, I guess, common things that you can find throughout your house, different way of doing things, to be able to get a result, just like if you went to purchase something out of a store or dermatologist gave you a prescription or something. That's what I consider a beauty hack. So today I'm just bringing a couple to you, and I guess let's start with the beauty hacks for acne. Now, I do suffer from acne a little bit. I had to really realize what my triggers are for acne. Certain things I cannot eat. I mean, PMS time is probably like inevitable. That I'll have like a flare up or something like that. Excuse me. But for the most part, I have to stay away from a lot of mayonnaise. I have to stay away from processed meat. Even like ground turkey, I can't have too much of. Just certain things like sandwich meat. If I have it like once that week, that needs to be it. If I have it 2 days in a row, guaranteed. So if you're breaking out a lot like that, you really want to kind of like think about what you're eating and maybe try staying away from some of those things and see if it clears up. So if you can go like a whole week without something that you think that triggers it, and then you don't have any breakouts, then you might find out what that is. You can always go to the dermatologist and they can prescribe some pills. However, anytime you are taking medication, it's helping you in one area, but it also has a harmful effect. You have to think about your kidneys and things like that. So it's better to come up with like a beauty hack or something that you can do at home, something external, without really putting too much into your body. So you always have to think about that. Anytime you're taking any kind of drugs, it might be helping you in one area, but it could be affecting you negatively in the other. So when you see those commercials on TV, when they're talking about, this drug is going to help you with this. And then you hear all that little gibberish and they're talking really fast, so you can't quite catch it. But, they're like, this is for migraines. But then they said, causes severe headaches. Like, yeah. But anyway, let's keep it moving. So for acne, aspirin. And I think there's a public brand of aspirin. I mean, if you want to get Vera or whatever, you probably already have some. But what this has is salicylic acid. So acid includes salicylic acid. And if you look at some of your beauty products or products for acne, a lot of that already has salicylic acid in it. Especially like the acne face wash. Did I say that right? Face wash. Sounded weird. Okay, so yes. All you need is some aspirin. You can use some honey. This is I picked this up from Publix. Layton's Orange Blossom Honey. What you're looking for is get the purest honey that you can. And it's probably going to have like some wax and stuff like that in it. But you want to get pure. Okay? If you're going to pick this up, do not, or raw. Yeah, raw is probably better. But you don't want to get a lot of the processed because it'll probably take some of the benefits away from it. But what you're going to do with this is you just need a couple of these, probably maybe like 5 or 6. And you're going to need a little dish. And you're going to take a couple of aspirins and put a couple of drops of water. You don't want to put too much water in there, but you want to just maybe start with a couple of drops and wait for the aspirin to dissolve. Now, you use just a little bit of the honey to make the aspirin adhere to your face. What you're going to do is you're going to make an aspirin face mask, and please stay away from your eyes. I actually end up getting some of the aspirin crumbles or aspirin pieces in my eye. Oh Oh my goodness. Did it burn? It burned, burn. And it took me a minute to find out, to try to wash it out of mine. But anyway, don't do that. Stay clear of your eyes. Like, really clear of your eyes. And you're going to use a little bit of the honey to adhere to it. I don't always use the honey. Sometimes I'll just use the aspirin. But it makes it a little bit easier if you do use the honey. And you're going to leave it on your face for about 20 to 30 minutes. So, excuse me, I'm sorry. You're going to let the aspirin dissolve. So you're going to put it in a little dish, put a couple drops of water in it, let the aspirin pieces dissolve. And then you're going to have a little, smaller, I guess, the crumbled aspirin in here. And you can put a couple drops of honey in there and you kind of stir it up a little bit. And then you are going to distribute this around your face. And then you can go about your business for about 20-30 minutes. Whatever else you're going to do. And once you do that, you're ready to wash it off. Now, what I did is, because it started to crumble a little bit, so I grabbed some of my face wash, and, used a little water, rubbed it, and then I actually rubbed the aspirin into my skin. It was like it was like a scrub, pretty much. That's essentially what I did is I use it as a scrub, and it softens your skin. It takes some of the dead skin cells off, and it's really good. Now I would recommend, depending on the situation, like once a week. I don't think you want to do more than once a week. And if you discover that you need it, you might be able to do like once every 2 weeks or once a month or whatever you see fit. Just try to, see what kind of time period works well for you. But this is something that you definitely can do to treat your acne. Now, honey is also, just the pure raw honey itself. That's also something that you can make your own just little face mask with. Sorry. What in the world? Oh, wow, I'm coughing. But you can make your own mask with just the honey itself. You can use a little honey in the lemon or just the honey. Let it sit on your face for about 20 minutes and then wash it off with some warm water. And that is also used to help brighten your skin to give you like a natural glow. So that's another little tidbit there. And this is my little juicer. And I had a piece of a lemon. Okay, so here we go. We have a lemon, and with the lemon, you don't necessarily need to squeeze it. What you can do is simply, get a, once you wash your face, you're going to get like a cotton ball, and you can just rub this in here. But it might be easier if you have something like this or some kind of sort of juicer where you can juice, actually squeeze the juice out of the lemon, and then you can actually use like a cotton ball or a cotton pad, and you're going to use that lemon juice and apply it over your face. And now I've used this in combination like the same day with that aspirin. It will burn. I will let you know that. It will definitely burn. But what the lemon actually will do for you is brightens your skin. So you not only can use it on your face in order to help, remove those acne scars and brighten those acne scars, but you can also use it, on your elbows if you got some darker section of your elbows, your knees, or darker areas over your body. Now, one thing I must say, this is not like, oh, I'm going to use it one time and I'm done. You have to be consistent with this in order to see results. So I would recommend using something like this because you can, juice the lemon, and you can actually, put the lemon juice in a container. Do not leave it out because it will start to mold. And even if you have it in the refrigerator, you're prolonging it for a little bit, but because there aren't any preservatives or anything like that to preserve it, it's not going to last a great deal of time. So depending on how often you're going to use it, I would recommend use it, like every day or every other day or something like that. But you want to be consistent with it so you get the best results. But save the leftover lemon juice, leave it in the refrigerator so it does not, mold or something like that overnight, and it does not attract fruit flies. And that way, you can kind of periodically go in there, use your little cotton ball or pad and use it on your face. Please do not leave this on your face overnight. One of my sisters tried it. She broke out. Yeah, little acid bumps. So, they went away, within 2-3 days, and it wasn't like, oh my God, but it was kind of like, what is that? So make sure that you are leaving it on for maybe 30 minutes. Now, I've left it on and forgot about it for about a couple hours, so it was time to go to bed. And then I remembered because I had little pieces of lemon, still on my face, and I washed it off, and I didn't have any problems. But do not leave it on your face, for too long. And if you have sensitive skin, 20-30 minutes, that's it. Don't even try it longer than that. But this is going to be used to help brighten your skin. So brighten those dark spots. It can just brighten your skin, period, naturally. If you just want to kind of go up a couple shades or whatever. But you have to be consistent with that. And that's the key to that consistency. Just be consistent and it will work. Alright, so another pain reliever type thing. This is the Advil liquid gel caps. Now, if you have a pimple or zit or something like that, some of them, I'm not sure what to describe it. But anyway, especially if you have one that's kind of painful and it hurts, but it's not ready to pop, what you can do is just take an Advil liquid gel cap, and you are going to take a pair of scissors, or I would recommend taking a safety pin, because it is, if you do a pair of scissors and you cut all the way through it, then you kind of, make a mess, and how you're going to really preserve what's left. You only need a little bit at a time. But if you use a safety pin and just poke a little hole in it, or use a pair of scissors but don't slice all the way through, then you can squeeze it and some of the liquid will come out, and you put it on your fingertip, and then you can put it on your acne, and it's going to take the swelling. So a lot of fashion models use this, get ready to walk the runway and get their makeup done. So before they even do that, backstage, they will actually, the makeup artist will apply a little bit of the Advil liquid gel to the scar, not the scar, but to the acne, or in order to reduce the swelling. So that's definitely something you can do. If you have sensitive skin, you do not want to do this like all day. Like in the morning you wake up and do it. In the afternoon you wake up, in the afternoon you do it. And then, if you do it too long, you may have adverse reactions. So I would definitely recommend, if you're getting ready to go somewhere, get ready to do your makeup, get ready to, beat your face or whatever, just make sure you do that and then leave it alone. Don't add any more for the rest of the day. Okay, now, that was it for specifically acne. One of the other things that I have is the tea tree oil. And I was on Pinterest and I was trying to figure out, like, oh my goodness, what to do about this freaking dandruff. I had itchy scalp, like, really, really bad. And that was when the weather was changing and it was fall, and my skin was dry. I tried to up my water intake and it was still kind of like really dry and really itchy. So what I looked on Pinterest for is the tea tree oil. So I picked up the tea tree oil, and I picked it up from Vitamin World. Yeah, Vitamin World. And, I just did kind of like, a spot treatment for, the itchy areas, and mosquito bites. It works for mosquito bites, spider bites, any kind of bites. It will, reduce the stinging and relieve the pain from the bite. And it is awesome. So tea tree oil is really good. And you want to get the pure, once you pick up the diluted, then the effects are not going to be as great. So if you're going to pick this up, please get 100% pure tea tree. And now I use this straight up on my hair. Like, I put it in my shampoo and then just wash my hair with it. That's a great result. So, I mean, it worked in the fact that, you know, my scalp didn't itch. However, you know, it was like an astringent. If my hair felt, it felt like it was sucking the moisture out of my hair, and it was kind of like, it felt stringy, and it really didn't feel like moist at all. And it was like I was getting ready to pop. So I will not do that again. Or if I do, I'm going to kind of react that with like olive oil, something that's going to put the moisture back in. But for your skin, definitely awesome. It would work great for your scalp, but do not put it directly on your hair, like dumping it, and don't put it in your shampoo. But that is, again, the tea tree oil. Now, I also found a little trick that works really, really well. I don't know what was going on with my eyebrows. Maybe it was just old age and getting a little bit older. But, and then maybe it was, I don't know. Maybe I just squeezed them a little too much. But I felt like my eyebrows were thinner and, you know, not really growing. So I was looking up a couple different ways to, you know, not only for my eyebrows, but get my eyelashes to grow. And I was on Pinterest, and I found what to do with these two things. So this is aloe vera gel, and this is the vitamin E oil. And I picked both of these up in Vitamin World. And, okay, I picked up the vitamin E, the 45,000 IU. And what you do with that is you actually mix it. So I have a little container, and I use a good bit of it because it was up here. But, you know, it's been a while. I haven't mixed anymore. I want to say this has been over 6 months. And, you know, it goes a really, really long way. So let me just show you. And it looks like this when you mix it. And what you want to do is you really, 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 you know, I put basically, you know, mainly like 3 parts aloe vera and 2 parts vitamin E. I want to say that's right. Yes, 3 parts aloe vera, 2 of the vitamin E. And I'm just going to show you here. And that's the shine. Now, I mean, you can just get a one of the disposable mascara wands or spoolies, and that's what I picked up. I bought some from Sally's and just dipped a little in there and just put it on my lashes. I tried with my fingers, but I end up getting some in my eye, and it really, really burns. So, you know, I would just use the mascara wand and just put it on the tips, and I wouldn't go all the way down because, yeah, the effects, it just don't get in your eyes. And then after I wash my face, do my toners and everything, I just, you know, use my fingertips and go over my eyebrows, and it works really well. So vitamin E itself, you know, if you take vitamin E, it's good for your hair, skin, and nails. Definitely. And, you know, sometimes I'll do a mixture and I'll put the vitamin E with the coconut oil and cod liver oil and actually use that on my scalp, and it's really good. I mean, your hair will feel so much healthier with that. Now, other things that you can do with the aloe vera gel, you can use this as your toner. So all you need, you know, of course, a little cotton ball, get a toner, and you're just going to allow it to dry before you move on to your next step for your moisturizer. But this is pretty good, and you know, the aloe vera is really good for your skin. And I've actually burned myself with a curling iron. I'd applied this like immediately, and of course it's so cool and almost cold. So I mean, it just instantly kind of like toned that down, and I didn't feel the burn. It kind of like, now it wasn't a bad burn, so like I wouldn't recommend, like, if you have a serious burn, you need to seek medical attention. But just like curling iron, awesome, love it. Now, the next one is coconut oil. So this is a coconut oil, and I picked this one up, and this one I picked up in TJ Maxx. I had another one that I picked up in Publix. If you are at Publix, Walmart, I'm not sure if you can find it at Target, but you look in the food section next to the like vegetable oil, peanut oil, stuff like that, and you'll find it there. And this is a couple different uses, but this is really good for your hair. It is also really good for your skin. So, just to do quick moisturizer, instead of using lotion, you can use this. Especially if you want a little tan. You could definitely go this route. Just put a bit of the coconut oil on, and right after you get out of the shower. But mainly what I use this for is for my hair. So what I simply do is just part my hair in a couple of sections, and then I just go section by section along my scalp. And I try not to put too much onto the scalp, because if it's not melted and I apply it, I don't melt it before. It kind of melts, on your scalp. So if you do too much, then you'll have some kind of sliding down a little bit. And then you'll have to wipe the excess up. But this is really good. I would definitely recommend for your hair. There's some treatments, for those who, are not of the if you're not African American and you wash your hair often, every day, I would recommend, in order to treat your hair with this, what you can do is, after you wash it, or before you get ready to wash it, take your hair ends, warm a little bit of this up, and put your hair ends in there, and it will treat your split ends. So just, let that sit for a couple of minutes, and then you can wash your hair, and there you go. You got a nice hot oil treatment. All right, let me answer this call. I'll be back. Okay. So the next thing that I want to talk to you about is the baking soda and peroxide. Now, the baking soda and peroxide can be used for a lot of different things, like removing, well, probably baking soda and vinegar is better to remove stains, but baking soda and peroxide can remove stains from your clothes, like some of the makeup stains, from foundations, things like that. But baking soda and peroxide can also be used to whiten your nails. So if you have nails have been darkened by using dark nail polishes, things like that, or you just want to brighten them up so you can use like a clear coat, then what you can do is take some peroxide and baking soda in equal parts, kind of mix it together to form paste, and then you're going to paste it over your nails, and you're going to let it sit. You're going to do that for, I guess, however long it takes. For me, when I used it, it took me probably about, I want to say, between 20 and 30 minutes. I was kind of like reading while I was doing it, so I wasn't really paying attention, but about 20 to 30 minutes. And then I washed it off, and then I was like, it's bright, but I want it to be brighter. So I did it again, and it lifted the stains from my nails, and they looked really good, and I was able to apply a clear coat, and it looked almost like a French manicure. So I really liked the effect. It was really good, and this is something that you might already have in your home. There's a couple of different things that you can do. I know peroxide itself, if you put it on your hair, it will lift your hair color, but you do have to let that sit. Trying to think of what else you can use that for. Well, I'm not gonna get into removing stains on carpet and stuff like that. But anyway, that's that. And then castor oil, and you can see I really only have a little bit left. I need to go to Vitamin World. But I picked up the castor oil cold pressed and cold processed. And it's pure natural emollient oil, softens and nourishes the skin, ideal for use in castor oil packs, excellent for massage into joints and muscles, hexane free, paraben free. So I actually purchased that originally for my hair. You know, the wintertime, I mean, my skin was really dry, the hair was really dry, that, and I had my hair colored, so I really need to keep a lot of moisture in it, and this is great. I mean, my hair was just like growing until I colored it again, and then it was like, and I wasn't doing, you know, my treatments and stuff. I stopped using the olive oil and I stopped using the coconut oil on it, and it started to break off. So for note to those who want your hair to grow, keep it moist, especially if it's starting to pop off. It is popping off because there's not a lot of moisture. Your hair is more durable when it is moist, just like noodles. You take a dry noodle and you can pop it just like that. But if you take a moist noodle, you can't pop it, it bends. So that's because it's moist. You want to make sure that you keep moisture, and this was it for me. So the castor oil, I also use that on my body. It was crazy. Wintertime for me was ridiculous. I mean, like, I would take a shower, I would put, you know, lotion on, and then before I go to bed, it's like, I'm ashy, ready to go. And I would try a couple different things. So, the Eucerin cream was really good. Vaseline would work. But, I mean, even sometimes, you know, the next day, you know, I'd be like, oh, I'm ashy. And it'd be like, you know, lunchtime the next day, and I'm looking and, you know, I'm ashy again. But the cod liver oil was really, really good. Plus, you know, a lot of times with if you put too much in your skin, it kind of like messes, you know, when you take showers and stuff like that, or a bath, and you can see the ring around the tub. You know, if I use a lot of products, I don't see that ring like that. But heavier products, when you wash them off, you know, they tend to stick, and that's another thing I didn't like. But, you know, the cod liver oil was better with that, and I didn't have a lot of those issues. Another thing is Listerine. I forgot. Listerine is used to, I want to say it's toothpaste and Listerine. And I cannot believe, I guess I went through all this stuff. I freaking forgot. But it's used for removing the calluses off of your feet. And I'm trying to pull it back up real quick. One of my friends used this, and she was like, oh my goodness, this stuff really, really does work. But it was the, you know, stuff that you can find right in your home, and it works really, really great. So I went and picked up the Listerine, and where is the rest of this? Okay, it's 1/4 cup of Listerine and 1/4 cup of vinegar and 1/2 cup of warm water. And you soak your feet for 10 minutes in that mixture, and then you can take them out of the mixture and wipe off the dead skin. So, and it's about, you know, a 10-minute thing, and, you know, stuff that you could probably already find in your house. Listerine, vinegar, you got water already. So, you know, that's something that you can do if you want to, you know, have an inexpensive beauty treatment. You know, spend some time on yourself, and, you know, if you have some time off and you can kind of, you know, look and see what you have around your house, come up with some of these things and kind of give yourself a beauty treatment. It's a wonderful feeling. You know, it's the next best thing. I mean, sometimes you know, can't afford to go out and get yourself pampered, so you can pamper yourself at home. Alright, so those are a couple of the beauty hacks. If you are interested in more beauty hacks, just let me know. I'll be more than happy to, you know, post some more for you. I will put that recipe on there Either that or I'll do it as a pop-up on here so you can kind of jot that down. But anyway, guys, I will have that list in the description box. Thank you for joining me for this video. I definitely appreciate it. And if you're interested in any other beauty hacks, just please add that in the comment, thumbs up, and subscribe. Thank you so much. See you next time.